Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. We have here today with us the infamous, world famous writer and author Isaac Gimber in the studio with us. Good
Hi.
afternoon, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Always a pleasure to be on the show. Always a pleasure.
How are you doing?
I'm very good, thanks.
Excellent stuff. Right, so let's get to business. So, I believe you've just recently written a book.
Yes. I've come up with a little sort of collection, my anthology actually. Its release date should be coming up soon. And I'm hoping a lot of people will be able to buy it and get into it and really read it and feel the emotion, and all the fans and all the my whole target audience, to be able to relate with it.
Excellent
Yeah.
stuff. Brilliant stuff. Well, there you are, folks. His books are coming out soon, so be sure to get them. So we're just going to go into your story for now, sir.
Of course.
So tell us, your first piece of writing, right? How did you get involved with the whole scene of writing and,
Well, it's interesting you should ask that. Before I became a writer, I actually was a software developer at Google.
wow.
Yeah, and I unfortunately, or however you decide to look at it, I was let go from the job. Yeah.
You got fired.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, I don't really mind at the moment, so
Man, I've had a fair share of that in my
Yeah?
time, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we moved on, and I moved on past that. I've always sort of wanted to go into writing. So as soon as I was let go from the job, I knew exactly what I needed to do. And I had a couple of things already written. So I thought, why not publish it and see how far it goes. And I was not at all expecting the sort of acceptance and the response that I got back from the book that I released
Right.
at the time, which is The Walk of Life. So it was really great, and I'm really honoured and really blessed to be at this position at this point in my life.
Brilliant. That's great. Okay, so has that always been the inspiration?
Yes, really. To be able to share the lessons of my life with other people, and the true stories. So as cliche as it might sound, I'd always felt drawn to writing and to better people with that, and just sort of having fun with it as well. Like the first story that I was talking about, The Walk of Life, it is a true story. But however, it also has hidden sort of lessons in the background of parts of my life that I've incorporated into that. So it is personal, and it does drive me to be able to be at my best at all times.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I just heard you saying something about having fun whilst writing. You see, when I was in high school, writing was never fun. It was always a chore for me.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit more about that. Which book did you have the most fun writing?
Oof, that's a tough one. I think I'll probably say Prouder of Prospects.
Oh, right.
Yeah, just because with that book, it didn't really have any sort of personal connection to me as such as the other ones did, sort of as relaying something personal in my life. It was more of sort of just a free write, just letting my imagination just sort of run wild and free, and just see where I could go with that and where I could take it. So I think definitely I'd say that one was the most fun. I was able to get in as much as I wanted to. Prouder above Prospects, yeah, for sure.
Right. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
In line with all these sort of books that are kind of coming out, what can we say that your fans can expect to come out next?
Well, I always like to keep my fans on their toes and make sure that they're always kept interested. But I'm hoping to do something more imaginative, something the readers can really, really sink their teeth into. But at the same time, something that would challenge their minds and think further than just what is written on with the ink and paper, with ink on paper. So I can't really give away too much. I don't want to give away too much right now. I want to keep it as a surprise. But I'm actually working on it right now, at the moment. So as time progresses, in due time, I'll be able to release more about that. But I can give a little bit away. It might be a bit encryptic, but
All right.
you can think about it for a little while. I could tell you that it will definitely be as different as it is to my other stories. It will also be similar.
Oh, hello! Look at that! Look at that!
So
Wow,
so that's something to think about. So
that's like some Sherlock Holmes sort of cracking stuff, huh?
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that's the best stuff. That's the best stuff. The stuff you can sink your teeth into.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And so, what advice would you have for your readers? For us, your readers, people who are interested and fascinated by the books you've published and you've created.
Well, I get this question all the time, and whenever someone asks me, it always takes me aback a little bit. I've never really considered myself, the type to be given advice, but like I said, again, it's really humbling, and I feel really honoured that people have put me in this position where they're looking forward to get advice from me. But I think there are three things that I would probably say. First one is to anyone who wants to become an author or a writer in any genre, any style. Believe in yourself and do not be afraid to try at all. Like I said, with
Absolutely.
my first piece, it was sort of off the whim kind of thing and off the cuff. I just thought, I might as well try it. I'd never published anything before. I didn't know how the response would be, but I wasn't afraid to try it, and I just went out there. And three things that I keep very close to my heart when I'm writing is the COV. I call it the COV. It's like a little covenant that I keep close to my heart. Yeah. So yeah, it's nice. It's called the content at first. I consider what I'm writing. The
Right.
content has to be solid. It has to be really good.
Yeah.
The organization on the page, it has to look good.
Mm-hmm.
When you're reading something, you don't want it to be all mumble jumbled kind of thing. You have to look good. You have to be
Right.
able to be coherent with what you're saying, and also with how it's laid out. And the voice, I think it's very important. If you can really capture the reader's voice in the text and they can relate to it really closely, then you've got something good going.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things your book does really well. It captures the voice of the reader. I can almost hear the individual speaking as I'm reading through the book.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And for the last one, I'd definitely say keep practicing. Never stop practicing. It's said so much that practice makes perfect, but indeed practice doesn't make perfect. Keep practicing till you reach that goal that you have ahead of you, and when you get to that goal, continue.
Right.
Don't stop practicing. So just keep going, and with that sort of that discipline in mind and that discipline set in place, you'll be bound to go. With leaps and bounds. Go places. The stars is the limit.
Right.
So yeah.
That's excellent. That's brilliant. Well, Sir Isaac, it's been an honour to have you on our show today.
Oh, it's been lovely. Thank you so much.
And we definitely want you back here, to tell us, update us more on your books and more on your writing stuff. It's been great, sir. Thank you very much. And now coming up, we'll have Britney Spears telling us more about her Toxic song, which she recently just released. But for now, have this little tune to your own pleasure. I'm Chris Moyles. I will see you soon. Have a good night.